Hello, my name is Stephen Story from MadridTeacher.com, and I'm going to talk a little bit about error correction techniques that you can use in a classroom with English students. The aim of these error correction techniques is to get the students to self-correct, to notice their errors or to remind them of their errors, and sometimes to teach them about what they're doing wrong. Okay? They might make 5, 6 errors in the same sentence, so you always have to make a decision, you know, how many errors to correct, or whether to correct all of them. Okay, you might have, for example, in a sentence like, "Oh, Pablo, what'd you do this weekend?" "Dinner with your wife." Well, you have, you know, they might say dinner with your wife. Well, you have a pronunciation your wife, and you might have a past simple error, Spanglish error, possessive adjective error. Lack of a subject error, and you have to work your way through this if you want to correct all of them. Okay, you might just come out and you reformulate. You know, no, you had dinner with your wife, and you can do this for the other students in the class, or you can do it for the student. He'll notice the mistakes if he usually makes these mistakes. You can overreact with whose wife? With my wife. It's a bit of humor for the student. You can decide not to understand. You can say, "Excuse me, what?" Give them a look, you know. Ask them to repeat, you know. If it's an ingrained error, you can say, you know, stretch the sentence out a bit. I think it needs to be longer, okay. If there's a third person error, not in this case, you might say, "Hey, third person S," okay. To overdo it, you know. She go to the disco every Friday. She goes, okay. You might repeat the sentence up to the point that you want them to correct, you know. So, dinner with wife, dinner with, you know, something like this. You can use your fingers, finger counting. Dinner with wife, you know, what's this? Possessive adjective. You can point out as possessive adjective. Dinner with my wife, okay, or your wife, my wife, whoever's wife. Well, then, you know, you can point out the Spanglish error. The Spanglish error is, in Spanish, cené, dinner is a verb. But in English it's not, so, or at least dine, you can dine, but not dinner. So, but what's the verb that goes with dinner? Have dinner, or have dinner. But we're talking about the past, yeah? This gesture, the past. Not the future, not the present. You know, use these little gestures, to demonstrate what you want them to understand or whatever. So have dinner with. And the subject, I have dinner with. But the past, I had dinner with. Okay? And you work through these things. Okay? You might say something, "I went to the meat market in my car," and the student says, "Oh, you are a car." Now, why is the student saying this? You know, you're not a car. You might say, "I am not a car, I'm a person." And give them a little humor and try to elicit the correct sentence, the correct structure. Well, I think the reason they're using this is because they're regressing to an easier grammar form, or easier structure, because they're not really comfortable, or they're not able to produce actively. They're not able to produce this present simple structure. So, okay. You are a car. You are a car, but it's a different verb. It's not are. It's you have a car. But what's the question? Do you need a subject? What's the subject? Or excuse me, what's the auxiliary? What's the auxiliary? Do you have a car? Okay, and this is how you can work through it. Okay. If there's a question word, what? Why do you have a car? So you have asi, auxiliary, subject, infinitive, auxiliary, do. Subject, you, have, infinitive, or quasi, a question word. Do you have a car? Why do you have a car? Okay? They might say something like, "You are a teacher." Okay? And you get, "No. Are you? Or you say, "Are you," with the finger counting, "Are you teacher?" And they might say, "No, turn it around. Are you? You are. Or you are teacher." And you get them to practice this infinitive thing. You elicit that because in Spanish they don't use these articles, so you get them to practice them because they'll learn them, and then they'll never use them until you practice them for a while. So you can drill this, you know. Are you pilot? Are you a pilot? Are you architect? Are you an architect? Engineer? Are you an engineer? And so on. They'll always say, like, not as big, not is not big. And what's the subject? It is not big. And you can drill. It's not, or it isn't, and you aren't, and you're not, and so on. Okay? There are a lot of pronunciation errors you can correct with this thing, you know? Germany, not Germany. It's my money. Obstacles, not obstáculos, because in Spanish they say obstáculos. Okay? You can act it up a bit. You can say, oh, I'm really sad about my new job. And you can say, oh, you're really sad. You can act it up a bit. They say big, small, tall, short, tired. And they might say something like, my English is short. You can use a song that you've taught them in class, that you've used in class. I don't know much English. Dun, 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 dun. And you listed the song, I don't know much. Or they might say people is, and you say people are. People are people. The large road, no, largo. I said, no, the long and winding road. And don't be embarrassed by your poor singing skills, because I'm not, and they won't be if they learn something from it. They might say, in pronunciation, they might say coffee. I went to the coffee. It's cafe, A-E, cafe, cafe, not coffee, okay? And they might say Jew, no. It's you know. And, oh, it's very nice. Now, very, you have to demonstrate with your mouth, okay? There, no, there, okay, there. And what do you want to do? No. What do you want to do? What do you want to do? You practice this first, then you show them in writing, you know? Some things are major leagues errors. They might say they want some piles, because in Spanish it's pilas. They want some batteries, so they go to the shitty to buy some piles. That could be a real problem. Okay. Well, thank you for watching, and see you the next time on MadridTeacher.com. Thank you very much. Bye bye.